Hello, Amesy here of Amesy's Antics. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are well today because we have another Christmas crafting session to get stuck into. And in this video of my handmade Christmas series, I am going to show you how to make a pom-pom tree skirt to decorate up your tree with. And we are using pom-poms obviously, as well as an old sheet to do so. Now pom-poms and Christmas just go so well together, and these look so cute and like little mini snowballs under the tree. I love how this turned out, and it is recycling some old material as well. So if you would like to see how to make a pom-pom tree skirt, then let's get crafting. To make the pom-pom tree skirt, you are going to need a sewing machine, an old fitted sheet or old drop cloth, decorating drop cloth type thing, some wool to make the pom-poms, some pom-pom makers or a cardboard pom-pom maker, and of course your basic sewing supplies. So here is my original pom-pom rug, which has sort of inspired this pom-pom tree skirt, and I will link it above if you want to check it out. And I'm just using this at the moment whilst I am making this pom-pom tree skirt. So the first thing that you want to do if you are using a fitted sheet to make it is remove all of the elastic from around the edge, and save this because you get so much elastic from a fitted sheet and it will come in so handy with any future projects needing a bit of elastic. If you are using a fitted sheet, then you can just move on to the next few steps. Same if you are using a drop cloth, because you can use a drop cloth for this as well. Once all the elastic has been cut off and you've cut down the corners because it will make it harder to fold, you then want to lay your sheet flat and then fold it in half. Once it's folded in half, you then want to fold it in half again to create like a quarter of the fitted sheet. For the tree skirt base, we are going to cut out a circle pattern, which is how you do it with this quarter method. So measure from the corner to the middle how wide you want your tree skirt to be. Mine is roughly 40 centimeters wide with a 2 centimeter hem. And I am then just using a water erasable marker and tying a bit of wool around this to create like a compass. So once you have tied your wool around, you want to measure this to the width of your tree skirt. So this is 40 centimeters wide. Then place this in the corner, holding it tight and drawing that semicircle or quarter circle side mark with your pen, if that makes sense. Then measure 2 centimeters down from this line all the way around that circular part to create your 2 centimeter hem and cut it out. As the tree skirt is a full circle at the moment, we need to create a round part for the middle so that the tree can come through, as well as a split up the back so that we can actually wrap it around the tree and secure it in place. So use something circular. I am using a jewellery dish. Draw around this once you have centered it and make sure it is equal, and then draw a line all the way down from the middle of this to one end of that circle. And once you have marked this, it is time to cut it out. Now I am using some pinking scissors here just to help reduce any fraying of the material. To secure the tree skirt together once it is around the tree, we need some ribbon ties. So use a thin bit of satin ribbon and cut 6 20 centimeter pieces. This will equal 3 ties, one at the top, one in the middle and one at the bottom. So now comes the sewing part of the project, and what we're needing to do is hem all the way around the edge of this tree skirt, starting with the 2 inner parts that are going up to secure it together, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is basically a rolled hem. So you fold it once about 1 centimeter and then fold it again so it's like 2 centimeter seam allowance, and pin in the ribbons in place, making sure one is at the top, one is in the middle and one is at the end. Then jumping onto that sewing machine and doing a simple stitch all along that open edge or the rolled part of the edge of that hem, stopping once you get to the top where the circle part is more tighter. Then you want to carry on the rolled hem around that top part of the tree skirt. Now this is really tricky and I didn't successfully pull it off. Because it is so circular, it's really hard to get the rolled hem to stay in place. So I will show you another method for the bottom hem. But yes, carry on that hem all the way around that circular part and then down the opposite side, making sure that the ribbons on either side meet up as exactly as possible. And as you can see, here are the few of the pleats that I created when doing that circular hem. Now to do the bottom hem, I am just doing a zigzag all the way around the raw edge, as you can see here. This helps pull that material in a little bit and then secure it, stop it fraying a little bit. All I am doing then is folding it in slightly once and sewing a stitch all along that raw edge where the zigzag stitch is, as you can see here. This will sit on the underside and you won't see it. Now you can try and roll it again, but I just decided to press it out, and we're not going to see all the hem anyway because of the pom-poms. So press all of the seams and use a little bit of water to get rid of that water erasable marker. Then it is time to add on some pom-poms. To create the pom-poms, you are going to need some wool or yarn of your choice and a pom-pom maker. Now I am using the smallest pom-pom maker in the set of 4 and I will link my set down below that I use. And all you want to do is grab a bit of that wool and start winding it around one side of the arms. You want to place the two parts together and wrap the wool around. Then repeat the process on the opposite arm, making sure that wool is wrapped around and packed in as much as possible. Then close a pom-pom maker together and cut off from the yarn of wool, as well as an additional piece of wool to go down the middle. Then you want to use some scissors and just separate all of the wool down the middle of the pom-pom maker. Use the piece of wool that you cut off and place this down and around the middle of the pom-pom maker, tying it securely with a knot and then wrapping it around and securing it with a double knot on the opposite side. Making sure that you pull this tightly but not too tight that you snap the wool. I've done that a few times, but you want to make sure that this piece of wool is secure and it will hold all of those little pieces of wool together. Remove the pom-pom from the maker and you have a pom-pom. Now you can leave it as it is, or if you want to make it a bit neater you can trim down any uneven edges, and I like to keep my wool scraps for any projects that require a bit of stuffing. Repeat until you have as many pom-poms as you need. I am making about 50 for this project, I believe. So 50 small pom-poms for the tree skirts. Then what you want to do is mark on the tree skirt where you want your pom-poms to be. Now I am marking these all around that bottom edge at 10 centimeters. So every 10 centimeters I am going to hot glue a pom-pom in place. Now you can sew these if you want, but I thought the quicker method would be to hot glue them. So place all the needed pom-poms around that bottom edge with that hot glue. Then remember my not so neat hem at the top. I am just going to cover the whole of this circle part in pom-poms. I am not measuring anything in between, I am just sticking them next to each other and just following that all the way around that circular part until I get to the pieces where they meet. Now you can leave it as is or do as I did and added some pom-poms in ad hoc around that middle piece of the tree skirt. Once you have added all the pom-poms you like, the pom-pom tree skirt is complete.
It's an early December morning, no one but we are. We look out the window as it's starting to snow. And I realize as you hand me the coffee cup, I'm falling just like these snowflakes tumbling down, round and round. I'm falling just like these snowflakes, falling for you, falling for you. Hadn't counted on love for Christmas. This caught me.
So there you have how to make a pom-pom tree skirt. I think this has turned out wonderfully. It brings a little bit of modernness to the Christmas decor, and they're just fluffy, cozy goodness, looking like miniature snowballs under that tree. Let me know what you think in them comments below of this project and whether you'll be giving it a go, and maybe what colour pom-poms you would put under your tree. I would love to know, so put it in them comments. And don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, as well as hitting that subscribe button to keep up with more of my crafting antics. There's lots more to come up onto the channel in the lead up to Christmas, so make sure that you are subscribed to keep up with the Handmade Christmas series and then future videos if it is something you have enjoyed. And check that notification bell as well, because that will alert you each time a new video goes live onto the channel. Don't forget to check out my blog Ames's Antics, which is linked down below, because there's always a ton more information over on the blog for each post that comes up onto here for you to check out. And with that said, I will see you in next week's video, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and week, and happy crafting. Bye!